Hey guys, it's your boy Deeper. Welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone's doing well, and today we are back with some more Breakout content. In particular, we'll be discussing the state of the game. So we're about 8 days, 9 days into the new season, and to be honest, I was a little bit underwhelmed when the season test launched. But now that the season is in full flight, I'm actually pretty impressed with it. However, while the loot has been buffed, the TTK has been sort of lowered a little bit, there are some glaring issues, and some of that is inflation, right? So I was going to do this video over the weekend where the prices were hyper inflated, but then I felt like that wouldn't be a true representation of how the game runs throughout the week. And even throughout the week, you'll see it is hyper inflated. So the way we're going to do this video is we're going to discuss headsets, we're going to discuss armor, we're going to discuss ammo, we're going to discuss rigs, we're going to discuss bags, and of course, weapons, right? And what it means for new players to come into the game at this point in time. Like, a lot of people are up in arms, it needs to go to Steam, we need more players, etc., etc. But what does the game feel like for these supposed new players, right? So you'll see here I have about 970 hours into the game, so I have a fairly good idea of what I'm talking about. These are my combat stats. That's my stash value. One thing to note, right? I did a little social experiment. So yesterday, I went in and bought a lot of ammo. I was at like 650, 660 mil. I spent about 60 million in ammo, 50 million in ammo. And just to see if whether or not you can make more money in this game trading rather than playing the game. And the result will shock you, but we'll talk about that right at the end, right? So, story cut short, hyperinflation, right? If you're good with numbers and you can manipulate the market to your advantage, you'll make a lot of money out of it. But that's for like some people that have time to dedicate to this game. People that don't have time, the casual players, let me tell you what you're going to be dealing with. You'll be dealing with this. This was 1.5 million earlier today, and now it's dropped down to 1.13. This was 900,000. All of these were like another 200 on top, right? Crazy inflation. Absolutely bonkers. This should be around 150. It is now sitting at 270 to 300 plus the face shield. You're looking at what T6 used to cost back in the day, and now you're paying that for T5. So why the inflation? Because the game does not wipe. The game doesn't wipe. Prices are not like player regulated. They are regulated by a bot. So obviously, as the wealth goes up, they need to offset that wealth with high prices, and everything becomes hyper inflated. Now, it's all fine and well if you're an existing player. If you're a new player, though, how long would it take you to accumulate 10 million? I did an experiment, so you don't have to. I ran an average normal farm here, and I got 260k out of it. Then I went and I did a lockdown here, so you don't have to. And I picked up a lot of shit, just garbage. Managed to get up to like 1.2, but really in reality, it will be about 900k if you survive the lobby, right? If you get placed in a lobby where people are trying to gain rank and they're running full T6, T5 ammo, good luck, right? But 260k average on normal farm, say 900 average on lockdown, right? If you survive. If you lose, then obviously you're down another 500,000 or whatever it is your kit's worth, right? So if you're a new player, you need to run about 10 of these. Say average 20-30 minutes, depending whether you have a team or not, to kit up once for Forbidden. So 3 million will get you a endgame helmet. And if we look at the armor here, 1.4 million, 1.2, 1.3 million, 720k. So if you're gonna run endgame armor, good luck to you, right? So just helmet and armor here, you're looking at like 2.5 million. You can go T5, but then you're just gonna get clapped by T5 ammo, immediately get deleted. So that's not good either, right? That's where the armor is. That's where the helmets are. Now let's look at backpacks. 200k, 209,000 for a field, right? This used to be 20k, it's now 43. Essentially doubled. Everything is doubled. Large camping used to be 13k, now it's 23. That's gone down in price. Used to be like 45, now it's 37, whereas before it was like 20k. But everything is absolutely overpriced. So bot came in, dropped some 995s on the market. They're now at 5,000. So if you're going to go and buy some, now's the time. 2,000 of them at 5K. They'll rise up to like 5.7, 5.8 because that's what they usually go at. If we look at 762 by 39 ammo here, this was up at 7K earlier. They're down to 6K now. So very, very hyperinflated to run good ammo. The red ammo is even more inaccessible because M61s are now sitting at 22K. If you're running an SJ, you're looking at about 58,000 per round. And if you're running something like M62s, somewhere in the middle, about 10K a round. So you see what I'm getting with this. The game is hyper, like super inflated. So anyways, I went through this experiment last night. I thought, hey, I'm just gonna get a lot of 995. So when I stocked up on some 995s here, I don't know if you can still see me selling them. No, you can't see it, but I bought about 13,000 995s, right? And I bought them at 4K each. I wait and I sold about 5.7 each. M95 skyrocketed more than that. So I ended up making a lot of money. And I made so much profit that it would have taken me like 2 weeks of playing time with good people to come up with that much liquid value. Not gear value, liquid value. If I extract with this IND helmet, it's going to tell me I'm extracted with 1.1 million, when in reality, I can't even sell it. So if you look at this, you can't even sell it, right? But it just gives you the baseline. So loot value, when you extract from a loot, is hyperinflated. The price on the market is hyperinflated. In that sense, everything is freaking overinflated. And that is unfortunately the current state of the game. So if you're a new player, if you're an existing player, you will feel this, right? Unless you're someone like me that has a lot of time to play this game. If you're someone that's, you know, casually playing or as a family or whatever and does not have enough time to dedicate to this game, you will struggle. Like the prices are absolutely insane at the moment. I don't know how they're going to fix it. There is no easy way of fixing this. Why? Because the game does not wipe. And that presents a unique problem in itself. So where the economy is going, I couldn't tell you. On mobile phone, everything just got very cheap. Here, everything is getting very expensive. So as I said, I don't envy them. I don't want to be in their position. I don't know how the devs are going to address this. But right now, the inflation is extreme and it's not exactly sustainable for new players. And if this goes to Steam, then they're going to be like up in arms. They say, oh, you have to buy Cohen to do this. I've never bought Cohen. You don't need to, but I do play this game a lot, right? Despite me having a full-time job, I do this part-time. So I kind of do this for a living as well. So I do have the time to dedicate to this game. I have friends that are good at the game. So I usually play with people that I know. If you play with randoms, your risk is even higher. So you end up losing a lot more money. What I'm saying is a lot of stars have to align for you to make money in this game. And if you're someone that cannot consistently make money, this economy is absolutely atrocious and might turn off people off the game. Anyways, those are my 10 cents. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below and I hope to catch you guys next video. Peace.